Hi friends, few philosophers have provoked as much admiration, controversy, and misunderstanding as Friedrich Nietzsche. More than a century after his death, his ideas continue to shape philosophy, psychology, literature, and even popular culture. But who was Nietzsche and what was he really trying to tell us? Born in Germany in 1844, Nietzsche was a brilliant classical scholar who became one of the most original philosophers in history. Although he lived much of his life in poor health and relative isolation, his writings transformed modern thought. Works such as Thus Spoke Zarathustra, Beyond Good and Evil, and On the Genealogy of Morality continue to inspire readers around the world. Nietzsche believed that humanity often lives below its true potential. We conform to society, accept inherited beliefs without questioning them, and allow fear to limit our lives. His philosophy is above all a call to awaken, to think independently, and to live courageously. One of his most famous ideas is the will to power. This phrase is often misunderstood as the desire to dominate others. Nietzsche meant something much deeper. The will to power is the inner drive to grow, to create, to overcome obstacles, and to become more fully ourselves. Every artist is striving for beauty, every scientist is seeking truth, every individual overcoming adversity expresses this creative impulse. Another of Nietzsche's powerful ideas is the Übermensch, usually translated as the Overman or Superman. He did not mean a biological superhuman or a political ruler. Rather, the Übermensch is a symbol of human self transcendence, a person who continuously creates new values instead of merely following convention. Nietzsche challenges us with a simple but demanding ideal: become who you are. Perhaps no statement of Nietzsche has generated more debate than his declaration, God is dead. He was not celebrating the death of God. Instead, he was observing that traditional religious authority had lost its hold over much of modern society. The real question, he argued, was this: if old certainties disappear, where will we find meaning, purpose, and moral direction? His concern was not atheism itself, but the danger of nihilism, the belief that life has no meaning. Nietzsche therefore urged human beings to become creators of meaning rather than passive receivers of inherited values. He admired courage, intellectual honesty, creativity, and the willingness to confront suffering without despair. In his famous expression, become who you are, he invites every individual to treat life as a work of art. At the same time, Nietzsche remains a challenging thinker. Some of his ideas have been misunderstood or misused for political purposes, especially in the 20th century. Many scholars agree that these distortions often ignored the complexity and nuance of his writings. Reading Nietzsche carefully requires patience, context, and critical reflection. Whether one ultimately agrees with him or not, Nietzsche forces us to ask uncomfortable but essential questions. Am I living authentically? Do I simply inherit my beliefs or do I examine them? Can suffering become a source of strength? What does it truly mean to flourish as a human being? Perhaps that is Nietzsche's greatest gift. He does not offer easy answers. He compels us to think more deeply, live more courageously, and take responsibility for the meaning of our own lives. We shall continue to talk more about Nietzsche in the next episode. Thank you.